Before I begin talking about these two albums, I feel I need to address where they're coming from. I've always viewed both of these records in the futurist Dada style. Futurism was an artistic movement that began in Italy in the early 20th century. Essentially, and simply, it emphasized the complete disregard for conventional art and instead focused on new, dynamic, mechanical, strange, and in some cases absurdist concepts. Dada is art designed to serve no purpose. Again, putting it simply. The idea being that people should connect with art. Dada tries to achieve the opposite. No connection at all can be the greatest connection of all. Futurism music utilized mechanical sounds, bangs, crashes, screaming, and nonsense. Dada music is much in the same vein. Knowing what these two concepts are is essential when looking at Metal Machine music and LuLu. If you don't know what these are, like most people did when they were released, it just sounds like a lot of noise. In 1975, Lou Reed released Metal Machine Music, and within 3 weeks, it was pulled from store shelves. The album was a double release that featured only screeching feedback, shouting, and metallic clatter. Reed, along with engineer Bob Ludwig, were heavily influenced by noise music and the aforementioned futurist and Dada styles. The album was just that, a mix between the two. Additionally, the fourth side of the record had a built-in groove that would cause the album to loop continuously. Critics, fans, and especially the music industry were baffled by the release. Reed would later say, "I don't have any fans left. After Metal Machine Music, they all fled. Who cares? I'm essentially in this for the fun of it." Many felt that this tarnished his career and that it never fully recovered. Moving forward to 2011, Lou Reed and Metallica collaborated on LuLu. It was partially based on the German LuLu plays, which tells the story of a beautiful young dancer's rise to fame and her crashing fall. Reed and Metallica had met on several occasions and were eager to work collaboratively on a project. One of the original ideas being for Metallica to remake demos of Reed's, and from this, the idea for this particular album was born. Lou would read spoken word poetry as Metallica played, and occasionally James Hetfield sang. The entire album was recorded at Metallica's studio, and apparently a fight almost broke out between Lou Reed and Lars Ulrich. Before the album was released, you could actually listen to the whole thing on either artist's website. A single and music video would be released for The View, directed by Darren Aronofsky. The reception to the album was swift and cruel. It was absolutely decimated by nearly all reviewers and fans. There were a few who gave the album good reviews, including David Bowie, who said, "Some of the best writing Lou's done. People are making a snap judgment, and they aren't listening." Metallica and Reed stood behind the record and defended it as what it was, and in recent years, more people have come around to it. I stayed away from LuLu for a long time because of its stigma, and when I finally listened to it, I enjoyed it. The thing was, I knew what was going on. This wasn't going to be a conventional album. This is an art piece. And with that in mind, I didn't think it was that bad. Even with Metal Machine Music, I understand what Lou Reed was trying to make. I don't listen to that album in the car, but I get it. There's some very important points in futurism music that, for me, really define these two albums. The first being the red flag of futurism, calling to its flaming symbols such young composers as have hearts to love and fight, minds to conceive, and brows free of cowardice. And the other principles being the founding of a musical review to be independent of academics and critics. Abstention from any competition that was not openly open. Liberation from the past and from well-made music. And again, I feel if you look at these records with this lens, they become something completely different, and in some cases, something very beautiful. What do you think about these two records? Let me know in the comments below. The content on this channel is made possible from viewers like you. Help the channel grow by supporting me on Ko-fi, which you can find a link to below. You can also help by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.